Okay, so that wrong good. Maybe. Possibly. Okay, there's that. What's going on? How is everybody? Welcome to Farm Boy Bet. We are back, and ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We do the damn thing. We do the freaking business. Welcome in on a Saturday. Hope you had a wonderful week. Lots and lots to get into. It is the week 5 preview, and it's fairly simple. But first, let's get into what in the world are we back on DR's map. So first and foremost, Teegs got at me this morning and asked me to help out. And I said, no problem, buddy, I got you. We ended up getting the Dodge in the freaking awesome blue color. Did some other things as well. But yeah. So with that said, let's get on down to Teegs and let's see what in the world TJ has been up to since I've been gone. So TJ finished harvest and has gotten into the liming stage. And boy, oh boy, quite excited for this map, and specifically because of all the different textures. Now this is a beta. It does still need some work. But overall, so far, DR has absolutely killed it. I mean, like the grass field here probably needs a little bit of work. Overall, like I said, DR has done an incredible job on this map so far. And as I said, this is only in a beta testing now. And so expectation of this map, about the best thing I can tell you is that it can only get better from here. We are into March, and it is going to be interesting to see. TJ has went through and did a different textures as far as cultivating, mulchers, all sorts of different stuff. But he's also added to the farm, which I'm pretty excited for, especially regarding the fact of that it's nowhere near quite yet, but we are getting there. TJ's rocking K. I'm rocking John Deere. Probably a little bit of New Holland too. Don't worry, I do have a Case Farm in the works as well, which may or may not be on the new map. We'll talk about it. But some of this field is going to be coming out for something that TJ wants to do because, well, it certainly tends to go with a certain something that is down here. And TJ said this thing is freaking awesome. So I am excited to see what TJ can do. The only problem for me is that I am waiting on some certain custom stuff to get done so I can begin my farm on here. But this is a massive chicken barn. So I have a good feeling that we are going to be running down here quite a bit with what Mr. TJ has planned in regards to pretty large building here. Park the truck and let's go ahead and let's take a look. I like the fact that we can just back the truck right up here, be able to load the pallets. What are we doing here? There we go. My goodness. Stellar. So I am that. These don't go in. Nice. Alright, cool. Very cool. Like the green color, a little bit of a different, like that. But overall, this one was just released, I believe, Friday, if I'm not mistaken. I have not had a chance to get on the mod site, so I couldn't really tell you. This is exactly what TJ is going for, though. Adding some chickens, cows, all sorts of good stuff. Nice little office. Very nice. So, yeah, as I said, I have quite a feeling that we're going to be down here quite a bit regarding, well, the animals. Like I said, in fact, one of the fields that we're going to be planting today is going to be, in fact, where we are going to put the cattle barn at. So, as I said, I'm see what in the world TJ can get into, but I'll just go ahead and tell you, we're going to be on the map quite a bit. I'm not going to have, it's very rare that I have some custom stuff for a map, but when I do, it is a tall tale sign that primarily is one of my favorite maps. there is a ton we're doing on this map, and I am very excited to see how this is going to go. And in fact, this is where I do believe the cattle barn is going to go. We may try and get into doing a little bit of liming down there today. We will see. All that is going to be the deal. Next week, and oh man, is there going to be some fun stuff on the way, and I will get into that a little bit later. But alright, let's make sure that this is filled up, and it is. Very nice. And so and we will hop into week 5. Don't need that. We need oats. Oh wait, actually no, we do need that. So I think we're only going to do 1 wheat, and then 1 will be oats. So let's wait on that, and let's hop into week 5. This is an interesting situation here for the Leos, primarily because of what happened last year. Now, I have a different than most people, and I don't say that to just say that. No, I look at it completely different. No, this is not the same team that no, there is not the same coaching staff here. If I Dan Campbell, I can tell you, Dan Campbell does agree with me that no, we're not looking for a game. However, it also brings up the, if you will, the any given Sunday routine. I will just go ahead and tell you, yeah, it has validity to it. But quite frankly, I don't care. Cliches. That's just kind of that. But what I will tell you is very, very simply, this is a survive and advance. In fact, let me go ahead and get you your injury report regarding the Lions. Here we go. Brent, ankle, out. Jason Kabinda, knee, out. James Mitchell, hamstring. Doubtful. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Doubtful. Taylor Decker, Ankle, questionable. Gibbs, hamstring, questionable. Kirby Joseph, hip, questionable. Emmanuel Mosley, knee / hamstring, questionable. Julian Aquara, shoulder, questionable. Josh Reynolds, groin, questionable. Vitae, knee, questionable. And I will just go ahead and tell you, no, quite frankly, I don't believe the Vitae one. I don't, and I will get into that here in just a moment. And then not injury related, Jameson Williams, questionable. Here's the deal. It's survive and advance. And look, you're banged up. You've got injuries. You've got a lot of people who are questionable. But here's why. There was a specific hit, and I believe it was the Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. The Seattle game where Vitae got hurt. And Vitae playing there. I will tell you, I don't believe it's a knee. Do we remember what Vitae missed a lot of the season for? It is back injury. And so I wonder if he re-aggravated that in some way, shape, or form. That's the only one that I truly question. Now look, I will go ahead and tell you, oh yes, there's arising very simply about Jameson Williams, depending on how much he plays, because we are going to get into a Dan Campbell comment that I thought was, quite frankly, relatable to what I talked about last stream. Then, on top of that, the other one that I question is Emmanuel Mosley. How many more games is this guy gonna miss? He was injured before we got him. I understand that. But if that was the case, he's on the PUP list. So those are a few questions as we head into week 5. Now look, as I said, it is survival chance. And my question to the listener is very, very simple. I want to know, what is the reaction Monday? When we come on here Monday, reaction. The reaction that we are having. I think we're talking about a win. I think we're talking about the fact that it is now going to be the third straight week that we have seen the defense step up and stay hungry and prepared to get the offense the ball back in big situations when needed. I do think we are going to be talking about Aiden Hutchinson. I do think we are going to be talking about Alex Anthony, linebackers. And I think we're going to be talking about heading into that next Sunday versus Tampa and who it really is regarding the coaching staff. You are a 10-point favorite, and it's been a very, very long time since you've been a 10 favorite over another team. A 10-point favorite. 10. And the thing is that for me, yeah, this is going to be straight up an Aaron Glenn type of game. Now I saw the report of Aaron Glenn. Look, here's the deal. You are a NFL defensive coordinator. You are going to get questioned. You are going to get critiqued. And you are going to have to answer the questions, quite frankly, when your team, or your defense, does not. So for me, my reaction is, yeah, we're going to be talking about this defense in particular. Because I do think the offensive line is not very good. I do think that with the guys that we have, Isaiah Buggs, Aiden Hutchinson, etc., that, yeah, they should be. In fact, we have a question in the picks in sacks over under 3.5. I'm taking the over. If you're going to come out and you know, we're going to see that report. Everybody wants to talk tough. Everybody wants to say, you know, oh, well, AG doesn't give a F. AG this. AG that. Okay. Great. Step up. Go. You're taking on a rookie quarterback. Will rattle Bryce Young a little bit. You should be able to really get there, and you should be able to get home. Looking at you, Aiden Hutchinson. Looking at you, Isaiah Buggs. Looking at you, defense. And for me, yeah. Close the game out quickly and very, very simply You're not going to do not let Carolina hang around. Truly, you that they used on you last year. Now, they weren't 10 favorites, but what they were is, I believe it was 200 and some yards rushing on you. You know, everybody wants to talk about or play the, real or Mariah game. Okay, well, you have the number one rushing defense in the NFL. So go out, make a statement, and let's go win this damn game. On the offensive side of the ball, with no Amon-Ra, looking at you, Sam Laporta. If Jameson Williams plays, looking at you. So that's really where I'm at. You know, a lot of people are talking about Sam Laporta as being one of the top tight ends in the league right now. Okay, well, good. Looking at you, Sam Laporta. Let's go out. Let's make a statement. Hey, Johnson, let's wake up a little bit. Let's go ahead. Let's get this offense firing on all cylinders. Let's go ahead and let's get nice little deep shot to Sam Laporta. Deep shot to J-Mo. But I want it to be the reaction Monday. Because we all know what's coming on Tuesday. It's interview. So I'm interested to see, or no, Wednesday, excuse me. Yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out of it. So, while that is going on, let's go ahead and let's stop over and let's have a little chit chat. Quite frankly, primarily about. So, before the season, Donovan Edwards came out and talked about how he was going to revolutionize the running back position and the game. Has Donovan Edwards done that? Here, let me help you. But of course, you just can't help yourself. And what comes out of it is mentioning three of the greatest athletes ever in Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, LeBron. and talking about haters. So here's the deal. You need to hear what you want to hear. In today's society, a lot of people take just, oh, well, they're just hating. No, Donovan, we're not hating. It's fact. We see it every Saturday. The fact of the matter is, you came out before the season. You said you the game. Literally what you said. Meanwhile, now that we're in the season, Corum is the only one who has shut up. So don't talking about haters, because the only haters you have is the rival fan base that you have to face every week. That's the only haters you have, Donovan. That's all there is to it. And not only that, but if you nut people up, then here's the deal, bud. Go out there against Minnesota and show out. Let's do it. Go out against Minnesota and show out. But this is a lot like the Evan Neal story. It is all about tatting it up. Talking about talk. And the thing is that, you know, I love the fact of when people bring up, well, you gotta be doing something right. And if you're not, we all have haters. So you know what? Shut and go prove them wrong. But see, here's the problem with sports. That nobody wants to talk. It's the fact of that we all, and don't tell me you haven't, because every fan does it. Every single fan out there gets caught up in the numbers, gets caught up in the analytics, gets caught up in the stat line. Very, very simple. That's all there is to it. Oh, by the way, Donovan, you're nowhere near the 3 people you mentioned. Period. Running number 2 on your team. And you're over here talking about Muhammad Ali, James, Michael Jordan. I must have missed where the number 2. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's finish up this pass. Very nice. And we will get down here. And let's go ahead and let's get into the picks. We will do it next. All right, is it that time we usually do every week at this time or on Friday? Let's get after it. It is the picks. TJ and I are going at once again as we do every week, and obviously I am the one who has to get him off since he has quite a bit going on along with his job. So let's start in the National Football League. We begin with the home Lions. Lions minus 10 taking on Carolina Panthers. I do not see a way. I don't see a way for this team to lose. This team is banged up. But you know what good teams do? Good teams watch the film and they survive in advance. Give the Lions and let's go. TJ is also taking the Lions. He believes this running game with David Montgomery is going to be a lot of fun to watch this Sunday. Let's get into the Vikings plus 3.5 taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. TJ is taking KC, and so am I. As much as I do not like the fact of how Kansas City has played, I think this one's going to be a statement game. I think with the past couple of weeks regarding Sunday Night Football, and now you're taking on a beaten down Vikings team, hearing the fact of that, quite frankly, a lot of people are saying you're not the same team, saying that very, very simply, it's on this person, it's on this person. Mahomes coming out and saying, look, it's on me. I think Kansas City drops a bomb here. Give me the Chiefs. We head to the Sunday night game, and very, very simply, this could be a game of the year candidate. Niners minus 3.5 taking Dallas. And as TJ and I both agree, F Dallas. Okay, if you're going to slow Micah Parsons down, it's going to be you're going to have to run right at him. To me, San Francisco is the top dog of the NFC. San Francisco does have the better defense. As much as people do not want to have the conversation, I saw a lot of it week. Let me get the quote so I have it right. This would be Steven Ruiz. They know if they win the Super Bowl with Brock, I'm not covering this sport again. Wah! Go F yourself, Steven. I love this conversation. And it's that quote, I'm not covering this sport again. And you know what's funny? There's not enough out there to call this dingbat out on it. Because the thing is here is lying to you. Guys, the NFL is our drug. And we are every week users. Very, very simply. Of the shit. And, you know, here's the other thing. If you're going to talk about that you are going to give up your job because this quarterback wins the Super Bowl, well, here's the deal. Do me a favor and keep to that promise. Don't come out and comment like that. Give me the Niners minus the 3.5. All right, I'm bloviating. Let's do a little bit of right here. Broncos taking on the Jets. This is going to be my take shot play of the week. I loved what I saw from Zach Wilson on Sunday night. Give me for TJ. TJ does not believe in the Jets. TJ hates the Jets. And TJ wants to believe in Russell Wilson. So, with that said, give TJ Broncos. Ravens plus 4.5, taking on the Steelers. Probably one of my favorite games of the week. Against the wall spot for Mike Tomlin. And the thing is that very, very simply, Tomlin is very scary like this. And in fact, John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin will be coaching against each other for the 34th time. The Steelers. TJ believes that the Steelers are dead. He's going to take the Ravens. And then last game for the NFL card. Excuse me. It is the Bills. 5.5. The Devil's number. Taking the Jags. Look, I'll go ahead and start here. Do not look right. I really thought coming into this season, Trevor Lawrence was going to take another step forward. He was going to be that we saw at Clemson. I have not seen that this year. Give me the Bills. TJ agrees. TJ that there could be a conversation for Josh Allen to be in the MVP conversation. Bills. All right, let's move over to the college slate. All right. Ole Miss minus 11.5, taking on Arkansas. This one's going to be TJ's play of the week. take a shot of the week. He's going to take Arkansas. And you know what? With it, I got to do it just for the effect. Love you, TJ, but give me the line and give me Ole Miss. We head over to the in-state school. We head over to the primetime game. Not really sure why it's a primetime game, but we head over to Michigan minus 18.5, taking on Minnesota. Very simple here. Everybody impressed with how you played against Nebraska. So you know what? Go out there and do it again. I'm taking Michigan. Give me Big Blue. Go out there and crush. TJ agrees. Believes this is going to be a Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards type of game. We have Louisville plus 6.5 taking on Notre Dame. TJ is going to take Notre Dame. I actually switched my pick this morning during the call. Give me Louisville here. I'm going to take a shot with this one, and I think, to me, after seeing the Ohio State game and seeing how F it, give me Louisville. Yes. My favorite game of the week. Texas A&M plus 2.5. Taking Nick Saban and the Alabama Tide. I've been saying it all week. This spread looks weird. Jimbo wants nothing more than to beat Saban one more time. Give me A&M. TJ, quote, I don't Texas A&M. Give me Bama. UCLA minus 3.5 taking on Washington State. This is another one that him and I are on different sides on. Dante Moore is sweet Jesus. Stud. Give me UCLA. Three and a half. TJ is on the other side of it. He loves Cameron Ward. He's going to take Washington State. The Red River rivalry. I have a very simple statement for you. Texas. TJ disagrees, so I'll gain a game here. He does not want to believe in Texas. TJ is going to snag Oklahoma. All right, last game of the week. And look, I think this is a lot like the Kansas City Chiefs game. And all week, how trash you are, and the fact of that you got to be better and you got to do this and you don't like the number one team in America. It is UGA. Georgia minus 14.5 taking on Kentucky. Now, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, if I'm a Georgia fan, yeah, first bother the living hell out of me. They're sleepwalking. I don't think that's here. I think it is a lot like the Kansas City Minnesota Vikings game. Very, very simply, Georgia. Here's everything that was said this week, and it is going to be this year. Bulldogs come out and drop a bomb on Kentucky. Dogs. TJ agrees. The first halves are very bothersome. You are going to have to prove at some point you are the number one team in the country. And TJ agrees with me that it is going to be this week. They come out, they drop the ball. Let's get after it. Those are your selections. Okay, so let's get into this very, very odd narrative. And I don't really know where this stemmed from. But primarily I would like to know. Then I would like to know because I haven't seen anything. I was in fact so intrigued that siren. I went ahead and called a couple folks with inside the organization that are very close to the situation. And I wanted to know, this team has a big head. This team getting overconfident. This team is getting cocky. And from the people that I talked to, there was nothing of the sort. Because Dan Campbell preached in the locker room in the postgame after Green Bay. That's one. We got to go out and do it again next week. And then the week after that, we got to do the same. So I'll ask you, listener, do you Lions are getting too confident? Do you believe that the Lions are getting too cocky? Getting too big-headed? Because I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that. I can't see that being the case. Because it would go against the motto of this team. It would go against the fact of that this team is about grit. Is about putting their hard hat on, going to work. I don't think that's the case at all. You mean to tell me that this team is just going to get away from that? I don't believe that one bit. This team embodies their head coach. Their play embodies their head coach. And I listened to 2 different shows about it, which is eight hours of radio. And you mean to tell me that this team's getting too cocky? This team is getting too headed. This team is getting too overly confident. Here's what I'll say. If that's the case, then you know what? That's on Dan Campbell. Period. But I don't see the way that this team is. Off a huge victory in Green Bay on Thursday night. Of everything that went on Thursday night, of clapping back at certain media members, at just all of it. And as I said in the last stream, I loved Jared Goff going ahead and literally rating Ryan game. But this idea that you know, being overly confident, no, I want to see this team play with confidence. I want to see this team play for each other. I want to see this team be confident after they kick somebody's you-know-what. Especially a rival where we have the best fans in the damn world, because they went into Green Bay and they took Lambeau Field, and it was so much so that Green Bay had to issue a statement at the end. Is going to be a move as one movement, period. Fans, coaches, staff, players. I give an F about what the media says. Who works in the media saying that? Very, very simply. I just, to me, I don't see it. And unless you have proof otherwise, because I have sources, and I check in with every single before I even any of these topics, period. Okay, sticking with the let's go ahead and let's get into this, because last stream I talked about the fact of the Turner trade for Jared Goff, in the fact of that he deserves a standing ovation from the fans because of the fact of that, quite frankly, dude's a winner. The dude didn't whine. The dude didn't come out and say, oh great, I'm going to Detroit. Oh my God, my life. Jared Goff did none of that. He put his head down and went to work. And has brought this team right where it is today. So I want to know, has Jared Goff changed your mind yet? And if Goff has not, what does he got to do? And I'm gonna name a couple of things I think are, in essence, I'll be the first to tell you these certain things are the very way that I think are the very way that not only that I think, but things I see happening without a doubt. And it's thanks to an offensive engineer. Okay, so first and foremost is hit JMO in stride. Whether it's a 20, when you really sit down and think about it, when you really sit down and you watch a game, or you watch the film and you watch how Ben Johnson schemes these guys open. In fact, JMO's first touchdown was in fact one of the things was one of the first things that my mind went. Because very, very simple, JMO got open. And so, yeah, I could see that happen. Then there is when a player, I have and will continue to tell you, I believe that's happening this season. But look, I'll be quite honest with you. Not only because of the fact of how he is, but it's the fact of that, guys, this offense is tailored around Jared Goff. Like, that's what I'm doing. The offense for Jared Goff. Now, look, the thing is that may change after this season. But, see, the problem is, it goes to a very, very dark place for fans. Why? Because then they think, oh, well, that's it. They just give up so easy. It's not the case. The fact of the matter is that very, very simply, the next guy is not going to be Ben Johnson. But it doesn't mean the next guy can't learn from Ben Johnson. And the other thing is that very, very not Ben Johnson, the new guy, depending on if Ben Johnson takes a job, is that very, very simply, the new guy may be able to on what Ben Johnson did and able take what Ben Johnson did and improvise on it. What I mean by that is that very possibly make it better. Very possibly be able to, I don't know, if I'm getting double teamed. And guys, it's one-on-one for Florida. One-on-one for Shama. The thing is that fans are too quick to give up on the fact that whenever they hear, oh, the new guy isn't going to be Ben Johnson. Okay, and it doesn't mean that he can't be good. It doesn't mean that he can't be better.